in studio with
love
the
you,
Reliables.
James.
No one does. It's okay. Brought to you by Zombie Orpheus Entertainment in partnership with Pinnacle Entertainment Group, the makers of the Savage World Games system. Now, what exactly is the Reliables? Well, it's only the most interactive live stream RPG show on the planet, perhaps in the universe. We don't really know. But I'm going to say it is. And how exactly do you do that? Well, we do that with a store. That's right. A store tells you and shows you all the ways that you can interact with the show. And before I have him talk about the show, I'm going to take a moment and introduce the 4 people at the table here with me because they're kind of important. You know. We got Christian Doyle over here, everyone. Christian Doyle plays Jonah Mox on this show. Jonah Mox has been paroled to the team. He's an interdimensional thief. And might actually be enjoying this whole being on the team bit. Well, that remains to be seen.
He's learning how to read, as a matter of fact.
We've got Bryce Bebop as Vector Reigns, who probably should be leading this team. I mean, if you ask him, he is. I mean, we're war veteran, space hero, holovid star. I mean, Vector Reigns has it all, does it all. That's just who he is. Our team leader, played by Sean Franklin, is John Stone, a bona fide, honest-to-goodness hero of the metaverse, of countless adventures. Part machine, part man, all badass. John Stone leads this team and tries to set a good example and hold it together, and oftentimes just ends up being very, very frustrated. Xander Layden plays Paul, 9 feet of rocky, superb intelligence. Perhaps the most brilliant mind in the entirety of all dimensions. Paul is driven by insatiable curiosity, a drive to learn everything there is throughout the dimensions. Together they are the Reliables, making the universe a better place, one mistake at a time. Now let's go back to how you can interact with this show, and I'll tell you about it. Bryce Bebop, who plays Vector Reigns, is going to tell you about all the ways that you can influence this show live as it happens.
Already?
Bling bling,
I'm
yo.
totally sorry that I missed your critically awful failure last week. #jam, but honestly, Mark was full on failure mode, so I don't know that I can make it all on you, so #Benny.
Thank you.
However, we
Thank
don't
you.
have Mark this week.
We've got Bleo back!
Bleo!
Bleo is back in studio live.
Bleo's actually used to, failing all the time on dice rolls.
God!
No, I meant, I've just been on dice rolls. I'm not saying anything.
See, I was going to say you could just put it into it, but
Yeah.
was used to failing, and just call it that.
Done. End sentence.
Yeah, that's why I put a qualifier on there. I'm trying not to be a dick.
Wow, on purpose? Trying not to? Wow, okay. Good for you. Growing as a person.
It's growth.
Want to tell us about that store, Bryce?
I can tell you about the store. So, there's a long list of things you can do. We appreciate all of them, for the most part. First thing you can do is for $5, you can do a shout out. Anything you want to say. If you put swears in there, it's going to correct it to some funny things. You've been warned. We love to hear you. Shout out whatever you want. A Benny saved is a Benny earned. That gives us, the players, a Benny. It's really nice. It helps us out. It helps those gross failures not happen. Jam the Works, on the other hand, is giving James a Benny.
Boo.
He doesn't need any more. He's got a lot in store already.
I'm re-rolling everything.
He's
today.
re-rolling everything. So let's just roll that back a little bit. We got a personality reorder. We are using avatars in this, so our personality can shift a little bit. We can make it happen with Bennies. You can make it happen with a personality reorder. And that's fine. We care about that. We love you too. Win, lose, or draw. That allows us to draw another card. Say we don't like our initiative. Cool. Let's get a new one. Xander will tell you more about that when he talks about the game.
Yeah.
Shocker on Shock Street. That just puts all of us in a random position on our slider. Where we are, that's kind of up to fate. It's on James. James rolls it and hurts us. Dance Magic Dance. We will stand up. We will dance. It will not be good. I don't think any of us are dancers, but we'll still do it for you. Sean, are you a dancer?
I can be.
Oh, see? All right, well, I'm not a dancer. Sean is a dancer. He will be carrying us.
Oh, whoa. Hey.
Freebird. Hashtag shout.
See? Yeah. Play Freebird. Story time, that is a memory from one of us. We'll tell you a story about something that's happened in our past. Something that's deep and brooding that we've never wanted to bring up. But we will because you asked us to. A reliable source is kind of like a fourth wall breaking, real world Ferris Bueller. Hey, what's happening right now? Freeze frame, I can tell you. And then we'll move on. Getting an education. That allows James to apply a sweet edge to all of his cronies and all of his minions. It's not the best for us. Rule of cool? That's a long one. So what happens is we all come up with scenarios.
What happened was.
And you guys vote on the coolest one. Everyone still has to do the crazy bananas thing they said, but usually with a lot of penalties, and usually they fail. Except for the one that you vote for, which automatically succeeds. So that's good for one person. And then finally, the hack attack. That is whatever. Put random stuff into the world, do what you want, turn all a bunch of skeletons or like paratroopers into turtles that we have to step on, insert some random NPCs.
A flood with beavers and bushes.
Beavers and book. I'm not going to repeat that, sir. How dare you?
It happened.
I bet it did. Yeah, so that's what you got. That's what's in the store.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Bryce, for telling us about the store. Now,
Oh.
Hashtag fourth wall. I believe the phrase is rhythm is a dancer. Duh.
Rhythm is a dancer. It's a
Okay.
Oh, okay.
yes, I suppose you're probably right. But hey, you know who's going to tell us a little bit about this game that we're playing?
Who?
Like, Xander's going to tell us a little bit about this game that we're
Thanks,
playing.
Xander.
You want to tell us how Savage
Xander,
Worlds works?
Xander?
I would love to.
Lil Xan? Who's gonna...
So, what is Savage Worlds? People come up to me all the time asking me what Savage Worlds is. And every time they do, I always just say, well, first, it's a game. What kind of game, you ask? A fun one, a good one. It combines just the right amount of crunch and just the right amount of flexibility and flavor to play basically whatever kind of game you want.
Flavor of mint and berries.
So a few things on how Savage Worlds actually works. So we roll 2 dice, or at least the player characters do. 1 dice is based off of our ability scores. The other one is just a d6. And we just got to get a 4 or better to succeed. Multiples of 4 constitute raises. Means we can do even better stuff. We get initiative done by drawing cards, like a group of ne'er-do-wells in the Old West. And overall, it's just a fast, fun, and furious game. I think I got the order a little wrong there, but that's the heart of it. Did I miss anything?
I think you got it.
That's pretty much how Savage Worlds works.
You win.
That was
Yeah.
really
Okay,
fast.
we're gonna let you stay for the session today,
All right.
Xander.
Hell yeah.
You won your place at the table. So, hey, what's been happening on the Reliables? Does anybody remember what's been going on?
Yeah, we found out last episode that there is some jerk going around like killing people that he is somehow energetically related to. We haven't really figured out what that is, but it really adds up to him just going and murdering a bunch of avatars in every metaverse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and we've kind of begun to track him down.
Oof, that is rough.
And only just begun after almost the entire season.
Wow.
Once again, the Reliables are ahead of the game.
It's almost like there's a long-term plan going on or something.
Yeah.
Like we would do that on this
Diabolical
show.
bastards.
Us have a plan. And so that's where we find ourselves, on the Reliance, where John Stone, Paul, Jonah Moxon, Vector Reigns are in fact discussing this new adversary and what they've learned very recently. Meanwhile, Tom is off reporting in to the Masters of the Metaverse on what they discovered in our last episode. And of course, Princess Hedgehog is on Pierce monitoring duty as someone is attached to his hip at all times by orders of John Stone now, so that he cannot mess with things, take off, or do any other sort of disreputable or nefarious activities. He is constantly under 24-hour surveillance.
Oh man, it's like my life.
Yes, he's on his own form of probation. And so we find ourselves at the table.
So,
Guy says hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
give him one of these for me.
Can do.
Thanks, buddy.
I wasn't a guy in a bag.
So are we really heading back to Hope Colony after all this time?
Those are the orders. Hope Colony.
Are we
What?
being like decommissioned or something? You can tell me. I mean, I know we're not friends, but we have spent a lot of time together lately, and I really feel I've grown closer to you. Sorry.
You know what? You actually have been doing pretty well these last few missions, and I'll give you this much. You should all know this since it affects our team. There's the buzz is that after this mission, you just might make parole if you're successful and you don't screw it up.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's about what I think.
If somebody
Plus-
else screws it up for him, does he get off of parole?
Oh, no, of course not.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
But nobody's gonna screw
Yeah, don't
up
worry,
the
Beck.
mission,
You can still
right?
ruin this for me.
no.
No one's gonna screw up the mission, right?
Totally not screwing up the mission.
And there's
like
no
you
bigger
said.
no ones than us, sir.
What I understand now is that we're gonna get a visit from the higher ups, giving us the details.
So is Lightning Guy gonna come again? We like Lightning Guy. He always brings us new people that we hate.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Rhodes.
Jonah Knox. Always good to see you.
Yeah. Ditto.
John Stone.
Mr. Rhodes.
Doctor.
Doctor.
I've heard some interesting stories about your missions lately.
Well, they've been interesting.
Well,
Yes.
we've been killing it.
I'm going to let that one go.
We've been preventing other people killing it.
Somewhat successfully. I'm very impressed, to be honest.
Almost wouldn't be able to tell it was us. Right?
Truly. You did have a bit of a rocky start in the beginning of your missions, but you've come a long
But we had a
way.
Rocky 3 ending, and that's what's important.
And we have a rock.
I was waiting for that.
Gotcha, buddy.
You didn't disappoint.
Nor did you
never
have
do.
to wait too long.
I do have a request for you, a mission I would have you do for me.
When he says request, does he actually mean a request? Okay.
There's no actual option of saying no.
Okay,
Actually,
good enough, good
he can't order you technically.
Jonah Mox is correct. I can't order you.
That would be interference. What do you need, buddy?
I need you to check up on a missing person. They were placed in a particular metaverse for their own protection. They were both physically and mentally altered so that they would not realize that they had been placed there, so they could blend in among the populace. And they have dropped off the face of that dimension, as far as I can.
So, WITSEC.
Yes,
Metaversal WITSEC.
that's correct.
Okay.
They are an important person. This person is not a criminal. I should make that very clear. They are not a suspect. They are,
A witness.
yes, a material witness, as it were, and an ongoing matter.
Did he work with trains at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
So, who is witness, and why do we care? Just because he was a witness?
He is
That's
a
enough?
witness. That's enough. Metaverse Enforcement needs him. His name, currently in the universe he is in, is Anthony Scarlito. That is, of course, not his real name, but the name we supplied him when we placed him there.
Anthony Scarlito.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
He is not aware that he is a witness. In
Oh,
fact,
okay.
he will believe he is a member of the populace of this particular dimension.
So he's not even aware of what he knows.
That is correct. It's been blocked.
So what do we got to do with him?
Just find him.
And then what?
Once you've found him, I'll know where he is.
That seems creepy.
Yeah.
How'd you lose him to begin with?
I'm not quite sure. It shouldn't be possible.
Oh, what do you want to bet it has to do with our guy?
That is one of my current theories, as I have been unable to track his movements either, which, considering the damage he is inflicting upon the metaverse as a whole, is disturbing, to say the least.
So surely someone's looking for him besides us.
It is distinctly possible.
Sure, we'll do it.
Whoa.
Wonderful.
Well,
As a
boss.
bonus,
Boss?
Reigns,
We doing this?
we're doing this.
I know that you were on your way to Hope Colony for some much-needed R&R,
Yeah.
but this could be something you do while you're en route, perhaps. A quick trip in the metapods.
Oh, avatars, okay.
Instead, to not cause any disruption. Blend in as much as possible.
That always goes
Go
well.
on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Just find him. Really simple, if you can. And then I'll know where he is.
All right,
Very,
you got
very easy. If you can pull this off, I've spoken with management, and it seems that Jonamox, your parole will be at an end if you succeed. You'll be free to leave this ship and crew if you so choose. Go to a place of your
We'll fail horribly. This means it's probably a suicide mission.
go to a place of your choosing, or you could stay in Hope Colony if that's what you wanted to do. But you'll be free to do as you choose.
I can finally get off this stupid ship.
Rude.
That's
What?
correct.
The ship is kind of stupid.
Yeah, the ship's stupid. Pierce is stupid.
I like you.
But our home.
And you, and you.
It's a
Oh my God.
family. With a really angry dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that you can't completely unaffect any dimension you travel to, but just avoid any world-altering events if you can.
Understood.
Understood.
Yeah, just don't put us in the bodies of like gods or something, and it won't be an issue.
It'll probably still be.
Problem is, we end up movers and shakers most of the time, and it's
Hey.
pretty easy to mess things
This
up.
is a particularly lower tech and, as far as I'm aware, magic-free
No.
dimension. It should be relatively simple.
All right then.
You ever studied archaeology?
Some, in passing. Engineering and quantum mechanics are my favorite subjects. So.
Pardon us for a little sidebar.
Oh, of course. Take your time.
Okay, this seems ridiculously simple and easy.
Yep.
Which means it's neither going to be simple nor easy.
Right, you know that. But we might as well just do it, or it'll make us regret not doing it.
Right.
I'm not expecting that I'm going to get off the hook with this, so
Yeah.
at the same time, that being said, if it does happen that I'm off, that would be great too.
So he gets parole. What do we get?
We
Well,
get,
technically he's on
we get
parole.
owed a favor by the most famous lawman in any universe.
You would think.
Oh no. Rhodes is good for his word. Now.
I like favors.
I like getting Jonamox on parole.
That's a benefit.
Technically, this is his parole, but
Right.
he'll actually be free. All right. Any other concerns other than the obvious?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna.
We don't know what to worry about until we go there and get there, so let's see what they stuck us with this time, eh?
All right. Anything else, Mr. Rose, before we disembark?
Good luck.
Right.
We don't need luck.
And with that, Rhodes disappears. Simply by taking a step forward.
I want to learn how to do that.
Me too.
Can we do that?
I would be unstoppable.
Right?
I expected a bullwhip, but maybe it's just me.
No, it's the hat.
No, I feel it. Yeah.
Is it? No.
There's a jacket too. Like it really is just holding some.
Yeah, no, he's gotten way more indie ever since the other guy quit.
What you gonna do?
Same hat. So off we go to Metapods.
All right, you climb into the metapods. This should be a simple and easy mission,
But
right,
there's always weapons
guys?
and
That's
everything
how
in
it was
Metapods
framed.
too.
Yep.
In and out before you even get to Hope Colony. Get some of that R&R. Should be great, right?
I love R&R.
No worries. But hey, Jonamox, what are you going to do when it's over?
Who knows? Maybe anything I want.
Early Violet gets the hashtag Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, you climb into Metapods and find yourself transported into the bodies of other individuals. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about this world that you're going into so that our audience at home can get a feel for it. It is the 1970s in a very, very similar Earth with some very big differences. All of the people here are anthropomorphic animals. That's right, dogs, birds, turtles, lions,
Birtles.
you name it. They are all among the populace. But we're going to be focusing on a very small group of it. Not the world at large, but just the 5 boroughs of New York City and 5 families. One in particular, the Corleone family. A long-term crime family, mafia. Over a century of organized crime under their belt. And that's where most of our story is going to in fact involve. And let's take a moment and meet these avatars. Jonah Mox is piloting Pete Lockjaw Lowe, Mafia Enforcer. Only been with the Corleone family for a little over a year, but Pete, his blood goes back. His mom and his uncle were involved with the family. His uncle, in fact, is upstate in the pen for his services with the family. It is rumored that Pete bit another dog's arm off in prison. No one calls him Lockjaw to his face, but that's who he's known as on the street. Now we've got a slightly more tragic tale for Vector Reigns with Sam Scruffy McSween. Now Scruffy is a mutt, has always been a mutt, and will always be a mutt. His whole life he has tried to get closer, to get more involved with the family, with any of the 5 families. Just somebody would give him a chance. He could show who he really is, what he could really do, and get some of that mafia money and that mafia respect that he so deserves but has never gotten. Scruffy gets by as a gopher and permanent bottom of the totem pole in the Corleone family. A guy that shines shoes, washes cars, and fetches things. It's low work, but there's not much else you can do when you're from that side of town. On the other end of things, piloted by John Stone, we have Sammy the Bull Dog, the great son of Don Corleone. Sammy is notorious for his hot temper, his penchant for violence and for vice. Sammy loves a good time. Sammy is being groomed to take the reins of power when his father passes on, if he can just control that temper of his. Piloted by Paul, the best friend and adopted brother of Sammy the Bull, Harold Hoyle, attorney at law. He's not Italian. He's not even a dog. He's a hawk. He'll never be a made guy in the family. He'll never be a boss. But he is, nonetheless, still, in his own way, a part of the family. A calming influence at times on Sammy, and their legal expert, a counselor, a friend, a confidant. Harold is always there for his adoptive family. Now we're going to tell this story in a slightly different way. You're going to see a little bit of time jumping going on as we go through this story. There will be real time, and then we'll be flashing back to the previous. So getting us into real time, we're going to go to an interview room with Pete Lockjaw Lowe inside of it.
All right. Where to start? You know, before I do, I just want to say, nobody talks about this stuff. I mean, This is the kind of thing that's supposed to stay in the family always. I could be killed just for having this conversation right now. You need to understand. Okay, from the beginning. Look, I mean, to figure out what happened, you kind of have to figure out where we came from. In my neighborhood, if you grow up in Dogtown, there's only two ways that a dog gets out, two ways that a dog grows up. He's either a mutt or he's a good boy. Well, I wasn't going to grow up to be no mutt, I'll tell you that. That being said, the wedding was ill-conceived from the very beginning. I mean, the heads of all 5 families were at the same place, at the same time, on the same day. Things were bound to go wrong. But the Don had it all planned out, except for one small detail. An open bar. That was the beginning of the end right there.
And that takes us to the wedding itself. Full spread, open bar. Guests from all of the 5 families here. It is the wedding of Christina, the sister of Sammy the Bull Dog, the daughter of Don Corleone. And they're all here. And only just recently has Don Corleone been able to forge a peace with the 5 families, to get them all at the table, making money together after...
Hashtag shout Harold Birdman, attorney at law.
Harold Birdman. Yes, in fact, that is correct. Only just recently has he been able to forge a peace. For more than 20 years, the families have been at war for control of the 5 boroughs. It has been a bloody time. People have been killed, family members, best friends, and now here they all are at one wedding together. There are people among this crowd who have killed friends and family of other people in this crowd. But it is still a beautiful, beautiful wedding. Wonderful flower arrangements. There are so many great guests. The food is incredible. And then here you are at the reception, an open bar, people packed in from all around. Off somewhere, the 5 heads of family are probably talking about business and leaving the rest of you to enjoy this day. But man, it is really hard, Sammy, to enjoy this day. Seeing so many people you hate. I mean, there's people here who killed family, killed your cousins, killed people working for you, tried to kill you and your father. And here they are drinking booze provided by your father, eating food provided by your father, on the very property you grew up on, walking around, enjoying it. The same dog bowls, the same toilets being shared.
Well, even with the Rufanos?
Even with the Rufanos. The Rufano family is present. And they're drinking and laughing up a storm right there at the bar. Sal Rufano. Probably a guy you hate more than anyone else in all of New York. Sal tortured and brutally murdered your cousin. Sent body parts back to you until there wasn't anything left to send.
That's rough.
Great party, Sammy. Too bad your cousin isn't here to see it.
Hey, why don't you go drink from the toilet, Sal? Like your mother.
Yeah, you tell him.
I'm gonna tell him, like, talk to you like that here. Make a freaking joke about his, what, your cousin.
The only reason you got the balls to say something like that about me here is because everybody else is here. All right? If it was just you and me, you wouldn't have the balls to say that.
Oh, it's just you and me. Anytime you want, Sammy.
Anytime I want.
Anytime you want.
Anytime. Is that what you say?
I'm right here.
Really?
Sammy, we're at the wedding, for God's sake.
It's a beautiful day. We don't wanna cause a ruckus.
Besides, I hear he's just a neuter anyway.
Oh, he's the little dog backing down. That's what I thought.
Hey, nobody here's backing down. Hey, we still got our balls, huh? We got our balls.
Yeah,
huh?
boss, tell him.
We ain't house dogs like you.
I'm not impressed. All bark, no bite.
Lick your own balls.
That's what I get your cousins to do for me.
Okay,
All right,
easy,
all right.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Easy,
No,
Sammy.
no. Hey, it's my sister's wedding. It's my sister's wedding, all right?
This is his wedding.
My sister's wedding. All right. This ain't the time or the place.
Don't worry, I'll break her in before her new husband does.
I'm sure.
Oh, dude! Hey, oh! That's it! That's it! All right?
And chaos breaks out in the wedding. Punches are thrown, tables knocked over, flower arrangement disturbed, glasses breaking. And after a few moments of this, storming out of the house is Don Corleone.
Great.
Enough, enough, enough! What is this? This is my daughter's wedding. My son. My son!
Look,
Hashtag fourth wall, they're all drinking from toilets. And they want to start a pissing match.
Yeah.
4 days today.
my
On your
apologies.
sister's wedding.
Father, my apologies.
He
My
didn't
apologies.
start it, Dawn. It was the Rafano kid.
It was the Rafanos.
Yeah, he threw the first punch.
They,
All the
disres-
Rafanos.
they disrespected our family on your daughter's wedding
We'll
day.
go get
On
some
your
air,
daughter's
John. We'll
wedding
cool him
day.
off. No, don't
Get
even
him out
worry.
of here.
Yeah.
We'll go have a cup of coffee somewhere. It'll be fine.
Dad,
Get out of here. We will talk later.
we can't let these Rafanos piss all over us like that.
That's enough!
Boss, we gotta go, boss.
You better stay away from our bushes. I marked those ones.
This ain't no Rafano.
Yeah, bark you!
Hey, what? Hey, it's my sister's wedding day.
You gonna talk like that on this bow wow barking day?
Get the bark out of here.
Woof.
Sammy, I know. It's completely unconscionable that he would try to get a rise out of you at the wedding.
Today of all days.
Today of all days. But there will be a time when it will be an appropriate opportunity.
Yeah, like a Tuesday.
Like a Tuesday, but not now. His day will come. Every dog has his day.
Boss, you want me to slit his tires?
You wanna go get kibble or something? Grab a bite.
Let's go out, boys. Let's go out.
Okay, we're taking a walk here.
Burn off some steam. We'll settle this later, though. This ain't over, though. This ain't over.
Let's go around the block. Let's go around the block.
For the sake of my sister,
For your sister.
we're gonna cool this off and take it around the block.
He wants to go outside. You wanna go outside? Let's go outside. Come on, outside.
All right. He's still jerking my chain, you know? That's what he is. That's what he does.
He's a leg
That
humper.
guy.
The valet brings your Cadillac around.
All right.
You want Scruffy to drive?
Yeah, I can drive, boss.
Go ahead, drive. I swear, if I get behind the wheel of anything, I'm crashing this thing, all right?
Hey, get Sammy's flask out of the glove compartment.
Grab a flask.
I'm a freaking capo regime around here, huh? And I'm the son of the capo de capi, huh?
Everybody knows who you are. You are
He
the
comes
puppy
in and
that
talks
will
to
be
me like
kicked.
this.
Everyone knows that.
Comes around and talks to me like this.
He's gonna talk to you like
got a
that?
Who's
death
the
wish.
big dog in the yard around here? Sammy, that's who.
He's gonna come to the wedding of the daughter of the capo de capi and disrespect her like that. Huh. This is not forgotten. This is not forgotten.
We're gonna get him.
Hey,
We're
you know
gonna
what?
get him.
A lot of people are talking, Sammy. A lot of people are saying that, I mean, they're probably going to be pointing the finger at your pop.
For what?
This was his idea. You know, the wedding was fine, but he invited every family.
And everybody should know
He
their
invited the
manners.
whole Rafano clan. I
They
mean, that-
should know their manners. They should know their place when they're here.
Head Rafanos come into your wedding. That's like, what's he going to do next? Invite cats?
That's why I told my pops that this whole truce thing was never gonna work. You can't have truce with the finals, they're mutts.
Okay, I mean, they're made dogs. They're not mutts.
Yeah.
But
No, they're mutts. They act like mutts, They smell like mutts. They walk like mutts. Hey, if it walks like a mutt, talks like a mutt, what is it?
A Rafano?
It's a barking mutt, that's what it
But
is.
seriously though, they're made dogs.
Peace can be accomplished. We just gotta be the bigger dogs. You know?
Biggest dogs in the yard,
Biggest,
Sammy.
you know, the biggest. Doesn't matter if a little chihuahua's yapping at you. You just piss on them, walk away. You know.
That's right.
What do you do to a
My tree.
bad
That's what
dog?
you
My
say.
adopted brother
Yeah.
here. Always trying to look
Hey.
on the bright side. Always trying to
Don't
talk
let
his
anybody
way.
tell you any different. You are all dog. You are all dog.
Except for that
Okay,
beak.
except when you say shit like that.
No.
Look.
Good.
Nah, it's fine.
Close.
It's
You're getting
fine.
close.
You're getting real barking close.
Yeah. You sound like a bark, right? Yeah.
You are completely woofed, and I love that about you.
Harry, you know I love you like you was my own blood. I love you like you was a purebred.
I love you too.
But you're a lawyer, all right? You're not a soldier. You've never been a soldier. You don't know what it's like. Everybody wants to use diplomacy nowadays.
He's still the best lookout in the business, though, even if he is a fancy lawyer now.
Yeah, no, just like when we was kids. Someone would come, I'd be the lookout, I'd just do my patented Quah! You'd know.
It may be the worst bark in the dog mafia, but I hear it every
You hear
time.
You's good guys. You's good guys. That's why I keep yous around, huh?
Also, your father told me I have to watch you.
Like I need watching? Huh? Like I need watching?
You don't need
Is that what you
watching,
think?
boss.
No, but I think if you kill one more squirrel and bring it back to your dad's house, they're gonna slit my throat.
Look, sometimes guys need stepping on. Nobody messes with me. Everybody knows that, right?
Everybody
Huh?
knows
Yeah.
that. You
They
make
come
sure
around,
everybody in town
I make sure you know
knows
they bark
that.
up the wrong tree when they mess with me.
Yes, they are.
The collarbones don't play that.
No,
At
they
least
do
we
not.
didn't used to play that till my dad started to make nice with
Hey, maybe peace isn't the worst thing that could happen to the families.
It can be very profitable.
What are you talking about, huh? Peace.
Hey, think about running our numbers all the way over in Brooklyn.
We got guys in Brooklyn already.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be there.
Look,
The 5 families make peace. We get those numbers legitimately.
we don't need peace. They look the other way. That's what it is. They do something. Hey, look, they can't touch us, right? Unless they want to start a war. So we run some business over there. They kind of look the other way. That's why it's always been.
But peace, I think, helps that, don't you?
Look, that's not how they did it back in the old world, right? You know how I did it back then? They did peace through power, huh? Peace through strength, huh?
They were dogs that rode horses.
And it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, huh?
That's what I'm
These
saying.
guys are here chasing their tails trying to find peace. There ain't no peace.
I'm saying maybe dogs have evolved beyond that now.
A dog's gotta make his bones on his own terms, you know?
Yeah, but a dog's got to make sure he buries his bones when he's done.
Look. I wanna chase that thing. I wanna chase that thing.
Sammy, no.
Show them.
Stuck at the railroad crossing, waiting for the train to pass.
Sorry about that.
On your way to a place that's always been a balm when Sammy's having a bad day. Fido's.
Oh, best
I know.
club
Cold
in town.
drinks, good food.
Well, Sammy's favorite anyway.
Good place for you to go wet your beak, huh, Harry?
Oh, I see what you
Look
did
at that
there,
thing
boss.
there. You got-
You're so funny, boss.
Yeah.
And most importantly, everybody in Fido's respects Sammy.
Yeah. You see what it's like when we walk in there? Respect, huh?
Yeah, it's like being the friend of a king.
It's about respect.
Let's shake a tail feather, get a table.
And your table is, of course, already set and waiting for you. When you arrive.
Ooh,
I gotta go. You want me to go get it? I'll go get that train right now,
I'm
boss.
gonna chase that thing.
I'm getting that train. Ha!
In fact, no one is ever allowed to sit at your table, whether you're there or not, so that it's always clear for you anytime you show
That's
up.
right. You know why they don't sit here? Because I pissed all over it. They know it's mine.
Right there. There's a stain, see? It's his pee. Sniff it if you don't believe me.
It's nice and close to the stage. where the dogs are working the pole.
Yeah, look at that. Check out the brisket on that one. Row! Sorry, that's disrespectful. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. You know, we're all a little distracted. It's been a rough day. Really rough.
But I mean, we could probably stand to unwind, you know, have a couple of drinks, sniff some tail.
Yeah. Yeah, you go do that. I gotta do some thinking about how it's gonna go down, all right?
Hey,
I'm not liking this. I'm not liking it at all.
in that case, I will stay here and I will be your confidant. That's what I'm for.
What are you thinking,
Hey,
Sam?
Scruffy, go get us some drinks.
Okay, boss. Wait. Okay.
Scruffy, of course, working through. You notice that you get the looks and the mumbles. They don't look at you the same way they look at these dogs. But you notice it. They think you don't notice, but you notice. You notice every time.
What I like about this place, the kibble's really good.
They do have good kibble. Have you tried their wet food, though? Oh, my God.
Goes right through me. Goes right through me.
No, me too, but worth it. Worth it. Oh, they got the best wet food in town here.
How'd you earn respect without starting an unnecessary war?
Well, you appear to be logical and even-handed.
Yeah, that ain't me.
No, I said appear. It's a facade. You look.
You the one with the degree. What's a facade?
Facade is like
It's like a French word for mask.
exactly.
Was I talking to you? Ask my brother a question with your ventriloquist over here.
It's a French word for mask. I mean,
You know how to throw your voice or something now, Harry?
It's a French word for mask. Yeah,
That was good.
thank you. Look, a dog that is his own master, who masters himself. Only a dog like that can master others.
Hey, I hold my own chain, all right?
Yeah.
Nobody's got my chain, all right?
I know you do.
Yeah, but how many leashes are you holding on to?
Well, I got you three knuckleheads right here.
Is that what we are to you then? We who are going to raise you to your seat of ultimate power eventually? Because that's correct. We should absolutely be on that leash.
True, boss. I'm on leash. I
Being
like
a
my
good
leash.
boy is about being obedient at the end of the day. For everybody but you.
We got rules, huh?
Yeah, but
Follow the
only we
rules.
have to follow them. You decide to go off script, decide to go mad dog on everybody, get all rabid, foam at the mouth a little bit, take out some dudes. Hey, most people are expecting that of you anyway. Why not fool them for once?
There comes a time when a dog's got to leave his mark, huh? Now look, I love my pops, all right? I would never do nothing to bring shame on his name. At the same time, gotta look out for the future, huh? Gotta look out for the future. We're the next generation around here, huh? And if we don't start making a mark now, by the time we get there, they won't fear us. Let's think about the old ways, huh?
That's right, boss.
Doesn't mean you can't change things for the better. Come on, I mean, look at Harold. He's a bird, and he knows.
You know, it's always a fine line. There's a place for violence, for making displays, for sending messages. But that cannot be the end in itself. It's always for a greater purpose. A feint within a feint, within a feint.
That's a lot of feints, Harold.
It's at least 3 by my count.
I can't count that good, so yeah, it sounds good.
No. 1, 2, few, many, paw.
That's a lot of feints.
3.
All right. You know the books, you know the laws. The point is always to get right to the edge without going too far over the edge. You go a little bit too far over the edge to bring the heat down on you. But then, of course, we need you to get us out of the jam, right? Right up to the edge, but no further. On the surface. But then beneath the surface, we're making waves, huh?
I feel like I
We're
just
digging.
said this and got yelled at for
We're
it.
digging holes. Hey!
It
hey!
sounds so much better when he says it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
We're the ones that know where the bodies are buried. We know the ones that know where the bones are, all right? We dig the holes, we fill them ourselves. And then when nobody has any bones left, we have our stash.
Wait a minute. If we know where the bones are buried, why don't we just dig up the other family's bones?
We will.
That way nobody has to get bit. You know what I mean?
And then nobody's got buried bones.
No, we would still have.
Oh, we still have
We
buried
would
bones.
still
We're
have.
gonna have
buried-
our
We
bones.
would
Yeah,
have
we
all
got
the bones.
But then we'll have all the bones. Right?
Scruffy,
Jesus.
No?
bring the car.
Scruffy, you're out of your element.
Okay, boss.
It's like a barking Saint Bernard.
And so begins only way to describe it, a montage of bar hopping, hard drugs, strippers, and good times.
It's good, huh, boss? Yeah, it's a good time.
4 hours on end.
No, me, I'm just watching.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look at me. Caca! I'm a bird.
Look at you, you're a bird.
hey, he's a bird. I'm not alone anymore.
Don't- Can you imagine if he actually the dog?
And it's about 3 in the morning as they're stumbling out of one club that a car rolls slowly by, the window rolling down, the barrel of a gun coming out, and then a fully automatic weapons fire breaks the silence. Can I get 3 8-sided dice rolled, please?
This can't be good.
Bullets spray everywhere, and Sammy is shot. Can I get 2 6-sided dice rolled, please?
Oh!
Oh, and it's a hit, too. 14 damage against Sammy's toughness. What's Sammy's toughness right
What?
now?
6.
Ooh. Do you want to spend a Benny and try and soak that, or do you want to take 2 wounds?
Let's spend a Benny here.
All right.
Let's spend some Bennies.
Oh, to spend a personal Benny or one of the Bennies from the store?
Well, it's still early. Let's get a store Benny then.
Store Benny. All right. What's your vigor over there on that character sheet at?
My big is 8.
All right, make it a D8 and a D6 rolled, please, to soak. The 6 is going to soak 1 wound, so you're going to take still 1 wound from it, but it's only 1 wound. You get winged, knocked to the ground, suit ruined,
Harry,
blood,
get the plate!
windows shattered as the car screeches by, accelerating to the end of the block. If I can get, what's your notice over there?
My notice is 10.
A D10 and a D6. Oh yeah, you've got that plate number. Got it just right. In fact, you swear you even recognized Sal Grafano in the backseat of that car.
Smells like a Grafano.
Yeah, it's Sal in there. I got the plate too.
Good bird.
But of course, you know you can't stick around because the heat's going to be coming any minute after gunfire
Pick
like
him
that.
up.
Come on, let's get you to a vet.
Come on, boss. You could do this, boss.
Get him loaded into the Cadillac, and off you go to a private vet. Disturbing them in the middle of the night, but they're sort of used to this kind of thing from the family. Not as much in the recent weeks with the peace that's gone, but in the years before, such visits were a regular occurrence. And it's while Sammy is on the table, getting a bullet removed and stitched up, that another foot soldier from the Corleone family comes in, hat in hand, looking very nervous. Sammy, boss?
Spit it out! What are you here to say?
You-
You see the Rafanos, huh?
Your dad's in the hospital. Somebody tried to kill him. He's in surgery.
What?
They say it's not good.
They went after the whole family.
Fucking barking Rafanos.
Where is he?
He's at the hospital. He's in surgery.
Hey, you
Get
heal
on the
up.
horn. Get some more soldiers down here. We're going to get him. We're going to protect him. I'm going to be by his side, all right?
Get Tony and the boys. Have them meet us here 2 hours. We got to get the boss stitched up.
You got it.
Rafano bitches.
How laid up is he? Is he conscious or not?
They say it's bad. He might not make it.
Harold, make sure that power of attorney and everything goes his way while he's unconscious.
Absolutely.
Flash forward. The interview room. Pete Lowe.
So what do you want to know next? I mean, you went Mad Dog. Of course he did. It was his dad. He loves his dad.
Now we know some of this. We had an informant on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I know all about that. Now.
Well, tell us a little bit about that night and what happened next.
Look, whatever you heard about what went down that night, I assure you, it was 10 times worse. Nobody had any idea what Sammy was going to do, not even me, and I'm arguably closer to him than anybody now. But we make a lot of jokes in the families about, a dog going rabid. It's a death sentence when it happens. But for those days that dog is still alive, he's the most dangerous animal in the city. Hands down. You couldn't tell that night that Sammy didn't have foam at the mouth. I imagine if a different vet would have looked at him, they probably would have said that he had rabies right then, but nah. He was just really barking mad.
Flash back. The hospital. Sammy and his crew have arrived, along with over a dozen Corleone's foot soldiers and enforcers. The entrance, the parking lot, the waiting room is full of Corleone people.
You should check on your sister. Make sure she got out, or at least to the honeymoon site okay.
She made the plane.
Yeah, what about that Rafano kid, the cousin?
They ain't landed yet, so we don't know. But we got people waiting in Paris.
Do they know what they're gonna do yet?
We ain't been told. Excuse me, Mr. Corleone.
I'm here
with
my father.
Your father, it looks like he's going to make it. We were able to stop most of the major bleeding. He is, however, in a coma at this time. We're not sure when or if he'll wake up. The damage was extensive. The bullet went through one of his lungs and nicked his heart. We're doing everything we can for him.
You the surgeon?
Yes.
Can you save my pops?
We prevented him from dying on the table. I was able to get the bullet out. I was able to close up the wound, but the blood loss, the damage was extensive.
So get another Sawbones in here and fix my pop, huh?
Yeah, yes, of course, sir. Excuse me.
Out here talking to me when you should be working on my father. Huh?
Hey, come on.
I know who he is.
That guy is a guy who's saving your dad's life. There's no reason to see red when you're colorblind. You know that.
I want leads. All right?
Did you get a hit back on that plate yet?
Have I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were able to track down the plate. It was a stolen vehicle, but you are still 100% certain of who you saw in that backseat.
Yep.
We know it was the Rafanos.
Sale.
And from where it was stolen in Brooklyn, that's Rafano territory. I mean, stolen.
Nope.
I want to know who ordered a hit on my pops. First of all, let's get the rules. We got rules. If they want to break them, we'll break all of them. We'll break every barking rule there is
Sammy.
until all the Rafanos are gone.
Let's start with Sal, boss.
What do you want? You ask right now, we'll go round them up and put them to sleep if that's what you want.
Right now, Sammy, with your pops in a coma, you run the Corleone family.
This is the perfect time to hit back if you're looking to do it. Won't be expecting retaliation so soon, but I'm not saying it's advised. I certainly am not advising you to go and take revenge for your family, who it's your job to protect now.
Take the boy. Okay, they're gonna land soon. Take him as a hostage. Okay.
I want every mutt out there, sniffing every trail, shaking every tree, until we find the bastard that pulled the trigger. We'll bury him and the whole barking Rafano family.
Well, you know who knows who pulled the trigger, right? Sal. Because obviously they were working together if he was the one pulling the trigger on you.
And where is Sal?
Brooklyn.
Somewhere in Brooklyn and Rafano territory. But going into Brooklyn means going in force, and gonna need some serious firepower for a move like that. The Rafanos aren't just some upstart family. I mean, they've been around as long as the Corleones.
Boss.
It might not be a good idea to spread ourselves too thin. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, they broke the rules, right, boss? So wouldn't the other families maybe want to enforce some rules with us?
Harold.
Hey.
You
You
are
weak.
you're in effect my conciliary.
Yes. Yes, boss.
And you know how I get. If it were me, would take a bat to this entire freaking borough and kill everybody who even looks like Sal in all of Brooklyn.
That's a lot of dogs.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Is it the smart thing to do? Right now, my head's all over the place. Huh? I can't be stupid like that, right? Because they gonna know we're coming.
By asking other people, you're not being stupid about this. You're handling this very well, considering you are clearly very angry. But you do have to make a decision.
I want to sink my teeth into somebody. I want to sink my teeth into somebody.
You can't do nothing.
Oh, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing.
If you don't mind a little advice, don't ask the other families for help.
No. Oh, no, this is personal. No.
And they'll see it as a sign of weakness.
No.
Take care of our own.
Retribution will happen, my friends. It will happen soon. It will be swift, And it will be loud, and it will be bloody. But
Calculated.
it can't be stupid.
Calculated.
It can't be stupid. All right? They know we're coming. We're gonna hit them where they don't see it.
So
But it's
in
not-
the color spectrum,
As much as it's not my way, we're gonna think a little bit, That's why I got you, That's why I got you.
yeah,
Ah!
good dog.
All right. I want eyes on Sal.
I'm on it, boss.
All right? I want to know everything he does. Every time he takes a piss, I want to know about it. Every time he chases a ball, I want to know about it. Every time he takes a sip out of his bowl, I want to know about it.
So
Yes,
we're
boss.
gonna watch him?
For the next 2 days, we're going to watch him. I want to know where he goes. I want to know who he talks to. I want to know who he's with.
I'll tell you who.
He's going to make
I'll
contacts.
tell you where he goes. Out of town by the time we ever catch up to him. 2 days. He could be in Jersey by then. He could be in Florida by then.
Good. We will follow him. As soon as he makes a move, we will intercept him and we will bite him. We will bite him hard. We will bite him till he has nothing left to say. But I want him to know. I want him caught because I'm going to be there. I'm going to look into his eyes when he goes down. when he's breathing his last, I'm gonna be there. It begins with Sal, and then the rest of the refinals get it. But I want to find him first, and then follow him. I want him caught, and then we will be there.
Hey, do we still got that bloodhound working for us?
The blood? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, Jimmy?
Boss, 3 of our warehouses on the river. Somebody burned them down. They're on fire.
They're on fire. Who's watching the warehouses?
Everyone's here,
The-
God. And
The dead are watchdogs. Slit ear to ear.
Yeah, let's watch him for 2 days.
This wasn't an accident. Somebody hit them warehouses.
And we gotta hit them back. We gotta hit them now, and we gotta hit them hard.
All right. Then
I
this
don't
is
think
war.
it's the end of it, boss.
No, it's the beginning. This is war. They brought it to us. All right. Now is the time to act.
We owe them 2 dead dogs and 3 burned down warehouses at this point. We know where some of the houses are. Let's
For
go
every
get some of them
one,
dead guys.
for every one, we
7.
take 10. 10.
Doing the dog years thing, but, you know.
Now we're beyond that.
It would be
now.
7, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
We're beyond that now. We're doing 10 for every one.
Okay, hold on. How many dogs you know that can count to 10?
They say the Jack Russells are the smartest. That's what I heard. The Jack Russells. All right.
I wouldn't trust a Jack Russell to light a fire.
Well, I would piss on a Jack Russell, but if they know what they're talking about, I would have them. Look. We know we can't trust the terriers, huh? We can't trust them. We can't trust the schnauzers, huh? The little wiener dogs.
Hey, what's 3 times 10?
30.
Oh, okay. No, we got it worked out.
Yeah.
30.
That's what I said.
30.
30.
30.
30
10 for every
warehouses.
one.
That's
Yeah.
10 times
10
yes.
for every one. That's what I said.
do they have? That's a lot of warehouses.
There's a lot of warehouses.
That's a lot. Why don't we just start burning?
So, Sammy, how are you organizing this or ordering this to go down?
All right.
What's the plan?
All right. We got some truces with some chihuahuas. All right. They're small, but they're yappy. They're always talking. All right. So we put out ears with the chihuahuas. We talk to them. Right. We play nice with them for a little bit. They owe us a couple of favors. Right. They'll find us some stuff.
We can't throw fire bombs like last time because when we did that, the retrievers would go in and go get them after. It never worked out well.
That's all right. Now, I also happen to know some German shepherds on the police force. We always have a few of those guys who in our kennel, all right? So we talk to some of the German shepherds, right? Have them be some lookouts for us as well, because they have the APBs, they have surveillance that we don't have. We always had a couple of them on the take. So we start talking to them. Now,
Where does the hitting them tonight part come in?
hit him tonight. I know some boxers, huh? Know a couple of those guys,
You know I'm half boxer.
right? I know some righties down by the pier, huh? We can call in some of them,
Yeah.
right? I know a few pit bulls that get off the chain, huh? Fresh off the fighting circuit. They're down to sink their teeth into anything. It goes down tonight.
Good idea,
Right.
boss.
So, you put the calls out, huh?
Yeah.
Right? Go round them up. You can take them all to the spots. You tell them where they are going to be, right?
You know I can't drive.
He doesn't got his license.
I got that Dewey a couple of years ago.
Since when do we care? Since when do we care about
If
rules?
I get pulled over, that's like $1,500.
I told you we got German shepherds on the take.
So, on the night of the retaliation of the murder of your father, attempted murder of your father, and you're sending your enforcer out to drive a bunch of chihuahuas with fire bombs. When you got 5 guys that can drive, legally, with licenses and tags.
Fine. Find a pointer. They always find this stuff anyway.
Great,
All right?
sure, Rover!
All right, this is going to be a dramatic task. I want you to each tell me a skill you're using and how it is contributing to making this whole plan co-op of not just hitting back, but tracking down Sal Rufano. I'm going to start on this side with a Attorney at Law Harold Hoyle, how are you contributing to this plan to make it work?
Yeah, attorney at law Harold Hoyle is gonna be greasing some palms. He's gonna be reminding people of their obligations. He's going to be. I think he's working with the law side of things.
All right.
Yeah.
Dealing with those cops
He's
that have
going to
been
be
on
dealing
the
with the
take.
cops.
Okay.
Yeah. You
And
need a
what-
smooth touch with these.
What
guys.
skill are you going to use?
I'm going to use persuasion.
Going to use persuasion. All right, what do you have for persuasion?
I got a 10.
All right, if I can get a D10 and a D6 from Harold. Oh, that 10 aces and becomes a 17. That's a success with 3 raises so far.
All right.
That is quite well done. I actually want to get to the boss last because, well, it's the boss. Pete.
I'm going to be leaning on people using my special talents.
Talons?
Talents.
Talons?
I have talons of persuasion,
Mm.
much like you do, except instead of using my beak, I use my fists. Elbows, knees, never teeth. No matter what people say, I didn't bite that guy in prison. Never bit nobody. Not an animal.
So what skill are you using?
I'm going to bite them.
And what skill is that?
Fighting.
Fighting. All right. What do you got
Which
for fighting?
rhymes with biting.
It
So I
does.
think they are the same.
And what do you got for fighting?
An 8.
All right. I'll take a D8 and a D6. Thanks,
Leo's
Leo.
back.
Do you want
Come
to
on with you!
Do you want to keep that, or you want to spend a store
You
Benny,
think I want to keep that?
or a personal Benny?
This is my responsibility.
Personal
for the boss,
Benny.
personal Benny.
All right, let's re-roll that and see if we can do a little better than one
I
and
said,
2.
tell me where he is, you son of a bitch! And that's nothing personal about your mother, although technically,
That is a
He's kind of a
success with 2 raises
Yeah.
with that. Ooh. Scruffy.
Well, we know it's the Rufanos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's what Harold says.
So I mean, I
Harold
trust
got a good
him.
look.
Yeah, I trust him. So I'm gonna sneak into, because everybody does business where they're not really supposed to. right?
Absolutely.
We got that. So we know that there's some Rufanos around
we
here.
gotta go
Oh,
to
yeah.
the place and do the thing.
Yeah.
Gotta go to the place and do the
So
thing.
I'm gonna go to where some Rufanos hang out, and I'm gonna steal some of their stuff, or at least stealth around to like see what they're talking about, see if they're watching anything.
So what skill are you gonna use?
I'm gonna use stealth.
What do you got for that?
I've got a D8.
All right, I'll take a D8 and a D6.
Yeah, 4. That's not bad.
4 is a
That's
success,
a success.
but it's not a raise. But you do have bennies. Do you want to
I
spend?
do have some bennies, so
you
I
wanna
do
spend
think
a personal or a store.
I'm gonna spend a personal benny on this.
Spending a personal benny, okay? You can't do any worse unless it's critical failure.
Oh!
Oh,
All right!
15. That is also going to be a success with 2 raises. Wait a minute, it might not just be a 15. Do you have a bonus to stealth from one of your edges?
I do, in fact. I get a +1 to stealth in urban environments.
And this is most definitely an urban environment, so that actually makes it a success with 3 raises. And then for the boss, Sammy the Bull himself, organizing, leading, and taking charge of this. Tell us a little bit about it, and then what skill you're using to do so.
Well. So, I'm getting all these guys around here. Calling a couple of other capos. I got capos, I got soldiers. I got some associates. I got associates, including the Chihuahuas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Including the pit bulls, right? The Rotties, a couple of beagles. And I give them a rousing but intimidating speech, because intimidation is my thing.
Rousing but
Rousing but intimidating. That's what I do. I rouse and I intimidate.
Encourage with violence.
All right. So intimidate is going to be the skill I'm guessing you're using?
You better bark and believe it.
And I talked to them about what's going to happen if we allow this incident to go unpunished. What is it going to mean to not only our family, but the imbalance of power that happens when you have rogue guys from one family who think they just put hits on other families, and not only just other families, but the capo de capi.
Oof. And what do you have for that intimidate skill you're using?
8 plus 2.
All right, if I can get a D8 and a D6, adding 2 to both results, either a 9 or a 6, both of those successes, the 9 being a success with a raise. Are we happy with that? All right.
Do I look happy?
That puts a total of 13 successes on this dramatic task, which is really damned impressive
That's
for
really,
a single round.
really damn
Yeah.
impressive.
Like, absurdly impressive.
Especially when Leo's rolling the dice.
So, I mean, this is really, really effective. And it was so effective that I'm kind of just going to give you free reign and narration. You've tracked down. I'll give you some of the bare bones. You're going to know where Sal is hiding out.
Okay.
And you'll have succeeded at hitting back on a lesser level so far. Nothing really majorly organized, but hitting back a few places. Just narrate a little bit. What happens this night?
Well, Sal apparently decides that he's going to go celebrate, thinking that he did exactly what he set out to do. I mean, he saw Sammy hit the ground. He had no way of knowing that he wasn't dead. So he goes to his spot. You know, it's his uncle's restaurant. He goes there all the time. He didn't expect us to show up with a 12 gauge and a bunch of pistols. We went in the back through the kitchen because your cousin works in the kitchen.
Alfonso is a good kid.
We didn't have to sneak guns into the bathroom or any Godfather shit like that. We just walked in, walked up to the table, and made sure that their top guy went out first. There was a little bit of a scuffle. It was loud. My ears are still ringing. But it went down the way it was supposed to. I miraculously missed everyone.
Scruffy, you want to add to that a little bit? About what happened tonight? Not just with Sal, but in general, all over the city. What's this first strike back from the Corleone family look like a little bit? You know, like what happened with what you learned?
Well, we knew where some of their hidden warehouses were from that intelligence that I gathered. So we sent out a couple strike teams directly to them. And then we burned them down. Because they burned their warehouses, so, you know, we got to burn down these safe houses. So
Half the docks went up.
it was rough. So burned them down, but basically had a couple people watching to make sure nobody got out. Just let him go. Then we tracked down Sal. We pretty much, like he said, made sure that since Sal was the one behind it, we cleared out his cronies and we rubbed Sal's face in what he did before we left him to the boss.
He was clear about that.
Now,
He didn't want us to whack Sal.
No.
He wanted us to make sure that he was alive.
before we get to the boss and what he wants to do, Harold, add a little to this narrative about what happened this night,
Yeah.
particularly on your end of things.
Harold believes in law and order. You know, cops they got their place in things, and it's very effective for the family when they do their jobs right. Namely, by cracking down on several of the Rafano's stash houses. You know, kicking some doors in, taking some fools in. You know, get these guys on our payroll actually doing their job.
College boy. You always believed in law and order ever since you had that Professor Dick Wolf.
Hey, you know, it's all about the wallet. Family that can't make their ends meet, it's not a threat.
You said meat? What?
Now,
Chicken?
boss, Sammy the Bull, you got to find Sal this night. You got to hit back a little in an opening salvo. Give us a little on your end, and particularly, you know, what went down between you and Sal Rafano that night. This night. We're still here.
He's cornered. Boys rough him up a bit, because of course he doesn't just go down quietly. But they know that they have to leave him for me. It's mostly dark. A few lights swinging overhead. He's in the corner. Trying hard to look like a tough guy. Brave. Putting on a brave face, but it smells like fear to me.
He's not a big dog.
And then I smell something else. Oh. A puddle. Look at that. Oh, look at you.
Who let himself?
Oh, you're a bad boy. You messed on the carpet, huh, Sal? Well, you know what happens when you mess on the carpet, huh? You don't get to go back inside the house, do you?
I'll get the newspaper, boss.
You get the newspaper. Scruffy,
Yeah, boss.
I want him fixed. That's bad for you, Sal. We'll pull out a big pair of pliers.
Here you go, boss.
you get off the chain. You've been a bad boy. You're gonna find out. Because I don't know what you heard. But this dog, my bite is much worse than my bark. And then I bite him.
Is that how it goes
Oh,
down?
I bite him.
Did you bite him to death?
Oh, I bite him. And I grab him by the throat and I hold him down. And I say, you killed my father, huh? You killed my father. Is that what you did? And I ragged him. Yeah. How do you like it? That's for you. Look at me, I'm slobbering over here.
Everybody's looking at
I'm
you.
slobbering over here.
And it's quite the scene as you kill him with your teeth. Now, once again, flash forward, Pete Lowe in the interview room. So, you've told us how things went down that night with Sammy and with the first act of retaliation. But tell us a little bit about in the early hours of that morning when the Rafanos attacked at the hospital. Walk us through how that started.
Oh, sorry. It's picturing Sammy just shaking that guy around like he was a rabbit. Never seen anything like that before. You know, they say I bit a guy in jail, and that's not true. Not like that, anyway. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't snap at him a little bit.
We've read your file.
He went right for the throat and just shook. Never seen anything like that before in my life. We did everything that we were supposed to do that night. Got the job done. Sammy wanted to go check on his dad. You know, not because he cared that he was hurt, but that he wanted his dad to know that he had done the right thing by him. Even though I'm not really sure that's true. So we were on our way back, and we just get to the floor at the elevator, and it opens up, and instead of the nurse behind the station that was there when we left, there's this guy wearing an orderly outfit, but like he's holding on to what's clearly something underneath, like a cloth. It was clearly a shotgun. I thought that was it right there. The dinging of the elevator made my life flash before my eyes for probably the third time that night.
Flashback. The elevator doors open. in the hospital, arriving on the ICU floor. And standing on that at the other side of that desk where the nurse has been, greeting you the several times you've been in your is not a nurse at all, but an orderly. And wrapped in cloth is something underneath it. It is clearly pointed, like, that's a gun, is the one thought you have just before the shotgun blast goes off. Now it's timed just perfectly that instead of catching any of you, it actually just destroys part of the elevator door as it opens up. But you can see this orderly clearly, and then a couple more guys are stepping out from hallways and doorways in various trying to hide in the hospital outfits with guns in their hand. And we're going to go into some cards.
Well then.
There is a card missing.
No, there is.
Bryce, it's 7 of clubs.
Yes. Can you move that?
Me moving doesn't do anything.
Whoa, hold on. Maybe if I
Wait a
move.
minute. Yeah.
What
What
if
if we're on a boat?
We're moving.
If not, it's okay. We can just make sure people know that Bryce's is a 7 of
I have
clubs.
a 7 of clubs.
That's all right. We can go without it.
Sorry.
It's okay. We can go without it.
7 of clubs.
My clubs
Got a
are
7
like
of clubs there. And so it looks like that shotgun blast is, makes everyone's life flash before their eyes for a
So
second.
what's that thing that you just did there? Because that makes it look weird.
That's
Fixing it.
a bad call.
Oh,
Yeah, but you did.
that's what you call
Leo.
fixing it.
That's
Please.
okay.
Pay attention.
We're
How
not
could we
gonna-
not? It's like it's what people are looking at. It's the
Whoa.
latest thing. Remember that
Wow.
time that Leo broke the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
There was
Which
options,
time?
But we had options though.
That's the correct response.
Which time?
Guys, here. So,
Leo's back. All right.
We're gonna go temporarily without cards on the screen, and I have
That's
them
okay.
over here.
Yeah,
So
you know- you know-
But we know that the Jack of Diamonds is the first card. It's gonna go to you, Pete.
Okay.
That shotgun blast goes off. You swear that that was it. As soon as those doors open, and that was gonna be it. You were gonna be plastered over the inside of an elevator. Your guts everywhere. But somehow, fate.
Yep. My instincts are going to take over, and I am going to spend a store Benny to slide one over on the slider,
Going into the middle.
going into the middle.
Okay.
So I can use some different skills here. And I am going to definitely, just bound out of the elevator and stab that that gunman orderly guy right in his neck, Jonomok style.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be fighting. And
Where I get the knife from, nobody knows.
That's gonna be fighting. Is there anything special when you're using a knife?
Oh yeah. I've got a bonus.
All right. So what's it gonna be on that fighting check, including the -1 penalty for being in the middle?
D12 plus 1.
With the -1 penalty, we still get a D12 and a D6. Adding 1. Wow, a 12 is going to beat his parry with a raise
Good.
quite easily.
Excellent. So I'm going to need to roll.
That's damage.
D8 plus D6.
All right, and then another D6 for the raise. So
Right, D8 plus 2D6. I apologize.
Oh, and one of those aces for a total of 15. Yeah, you go right over the counter, knife first, straight into his throat, sinking it all the way up to the hilt. So well fused in there that there's not like big gouts of blood or anything. There's a little that comes out the back as the back of the knife blade goes all the way through the neck. But it is over instantly for this guy. Very, very dead. Your crushing weight landing on top of him on the
And
other
I'm
side
using
of
the
the
rest
desk.
of my movement to stay down behind the counter. Get some cover going.
All right, down boy.
Yep.
All right, it looks like 9 of diamonds is going to be the bad guys who get to go next. Now, one of them is very, very dead at the hands of Pilo, but there are still 3 other shooters that have come into the hallway. They were expecting their lead surprise gunman with the shotgun to have at least inflicted some casualties, but he,
Jump the gun.
jumped the gun. And instead just shot up the doorway. But they are still going to fire off. So we're going to fire one shot at each of the 3 of these individuals. Start with the D8 as a single shot against Scruffy. No 6 for them. They're not wild cards. They just get the 1 die.
Yeah.
5 is still enough to get a basic success of a hit. So Scruffy's going to get hit on that one. We're going to do 2d6 damage against Scruffy.
Scruffy, no!
But what?
8. What is your toughness, Scruffy?
Toughness of 6.
6. So that's enough to get a shaken result, but not enough to inflict a wound.
So shaky.
But Scruffy is going to be shaken, which is going to come into play when we get to your turn. We're going to get a single D8 roll as one of them takes a shot against Sammy the Bull. With a 1, they've already heard about the antics from the restaurant tonight and the whole throat biting thing. And when they see him, with still, slight blood stains on the collar of his fine suit, they just start shaking uncontrollably, and that bullet goes totally wide, not anywhere near hitting you. You can see the fear in his eyes as he pulls the trigger. And then a D8 against Harold as one last shot goes off. 6 is enough to get a basic hit. You're going to get hit for 2d6 damage, Harold.
Okay.
And that's going to be 6. What is your toughness?
5.
That's enough for a shaken result, which again will come into play on your turn. Which, speaking of, I believe it's actually going to be Sammy's turn next. No, it's not.
It's Xander, then Bryce, then...
I had to guess, and I guessed wrong. Harold, you just got shot. Now, you get a free chance at the start of the turn to overcome being shaken. If you get a raise on this roll, you also get to act. If you don't like the result, or if it's not good enough for you, you can just spend a Benny and not be shaken at all anymore. But you get the roll for free first.
I get to check. Okay, beautiful.
Which is whatever your spirit happens to be.
My spirit happens to be a 6.
All right, so a D6 and a D6 for a spirit roll for Harold. Now, 4 is a success, but it's not a raise, so you wouldn't get to act this turn.
Okay.
So you can choose to accept it.
But you're
you can
still not
spend
shaken
a penny.
anymore.
Yeah, you will no longer
Not
be shaken, or you can spend a Benny and you just get to act anyway.
I don't think... have I spent a Benny?
You have not.
I'll spend a personal Benny.
Spending a personal Benny. All right, you can act completely normally. You shrug it off. It's just a graze. It did more damage to your suit than it did to you.
And I'm pretty peeved about that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take some cover
Okay.
because I'm very, very delicate.
Well, the closest cover is that receptionist desk that Pete just bounded over, where there's now a dead guy laying next to a shotgun.
Okay. I'd like to take cover and see about. I'll pull my Derringer out of my pocket and do some, not blind firing. I'm still looking, but I'm not a combat guy.
Are you attempting to shoot at someone, or are you trying to distract them?
I think I'm gonna probably do better at distracting. I feel like I got better odds of making that.
So you want to
actually
try and
succeed.
test against one of them instead?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. We can absolutely do that. You can test by using shooting if you want to, or you can try something else to try and distract them and use a different relevant skill to whatever else you try.
Do Hawks have the ability of camouflage?
His hat does.
I'm just wondering.
yeah.
His jacket seems to as well.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Total predator
Reason
status.
they can't see him.
Yeah.
Camel birds.
Yeah.
It's the new style.
I'll let's see. How about actually to taunting one of these dudes? You
You want
know.
to start, making fun of him, trying to
Yeah,
get...
yeah. Hey,
You shoot like a girl!
You shoot like a tiny little B word. Your mother pisses on fire hydrants, then licks them up.
You
Yeah.
got no opposable thumbs!
Would you learn that from the cat? Oh, the cat.
So what skill are you going to be using?
If persuasion, if I can make that.
All right, and you've
Yeah.
got a D10 on that one?
Yeah.
All right, a D10 and a D6. Now you can target a single one of these individuals. Is there anyone particular of the 3 you're going for?
Yeah, I'd like to target the one that's got whoever's aiming at that at Sammy.
Ah, the scared
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay. Well, a 6 is going to be a success. So that is going to definitely work. And that gets them to be distracted because you got a basic success on the test. That means any roll they make until the end of their next turn is at a -2. as they are distracted by your insults and taunts. I believe Scruffy was next, if I remember those cards right, with the 7 of clubs.
I believe so.
Scruffy, your life just flashed before your eyes. Shotgun pellets came within inches of your face and chest and body. Pure luck that your guts and blood aren't all over the back of this elevator. And you were shaken, if I'm correct.
shaken.
So, I mean, you get that free spirit
I'm gonna
roll at the
try a
start of the
spirit
turn.
roll.
What do you have for that?
I've got a D6.
All right, if I can get a D6 and a D6, the free roll at the start of the turn from Scruffy. 6 aces can go up to a 10. A 10 means that, yes, you get to act without spending a penny. You get a raise on that shaken recovery.
Excellent.
You are no longer shaken. Full action available to you.
Wow.
What do you do?
I feel like I should have been able to dodge that. I'm going to spend a penny to go
Into the middle?
halfway.
All right, you're in halfway. You got a little
Change
bit.
your vector a little bit.
Vector in there. Yeah.
This is good. How many people are there?
There are 3 shooters in the hallway currently.
Well then.
But you do know a little bit about fighting and tactics, and something seems off to you about there only being 4 total shooters.
Something is weird here. Is there an arc where I'd be able to hit multiple with a shotgun?
Not particularly, I
Okay.
mean.
Well,
From farther away, sure, but then it's not really going to do much to them.
Yeah.
Because it will lose velocity, so especially with that sawed-off, pistol-sized one that Scruffy happens to carry
you
under
said
his
it's
coat.
pistol size?
Yeah, it's pistol-sized.
As in, I can hold it
In one hand, yes, correct.
Yes, you can
And I
hold
could
it.
use a Colt in the other?
Yes, you could.
You absolutely could do that.
Well then, I believe we know what I'll be
I think we
doing.
figured out what we're doing with 2 of those bad guys.
Yup.
But it is, horribly inaccurate, being that the barrel's been cut to being that short. And
I got 2 words for you, GM Jams. Vector rains!
Whoop.
What?
So, that being said, I'm going to be firing boom, boom, boom. There's only 3, right?
yep, only 3
Okay.
that you see in the hallway.
So boom, 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 and then just in case, I'll have another shot.
That's
if
a
one happens.
that's a -8.
So, 2-gun kid.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so 2 shots at once, so that's 2 of them with no penalty for that, except for
+1 for sharpshooter. +1 for marksman. Sawed-off shotgun says it gives +2 to shooting.
It does. I just wanted to hear you say it out loud.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 3 of those with absolutely no penalty whatsoever,
And one
one
with
with
a
a -2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, it should be noted that 2 of them probably have to be with the Colt because sawed-off shotgun only has 2 shots.
Yep, that's
So-
correct. That's, 2 barrels next to
Yeah.
each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Vector rain!
So what do you have for shooting? And you can use either character sheet that's in the middle, but you're going to be at a -1 for being in the middle there.
It sucks, but I've got a D10.
It sucks, but
All right. So let's do your
like that.
first. Let's call it your first shotgun.
Okay.
Come on.
Sounds good.
Let's go shotgun, pistol, so we
Yeah.
keep it organized.
Yeah,
yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
That's gonna be a pair of 3s.
That's
Those kind of
gonna
suck.
be a personal Benny.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and re-roll that. The personal Benny spent.
Oh,
Oh, that's 6 aces.
Ahoy!
And so
Aces
now,
again.
Oh, beautiful.
This poor.
And so
And again.
Ahoy! What?
Wow, so for a total of 22 on that shot, that first shotgun hit is going to be with a raise.
Okay.
Let's follow up the second shotgun blast. Let's just get all the attack rolls out of the way.
Yeah.
One more D10 and D6 with that other shotgun attack. Also,
Oh!
Aces. also going to hit with a raise,
this
being an 8.
hurts my feelings even more that my next attack is inevitably going to be 2 1s.
I'm sorry, I sucked the luck out of it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
true.
Okay.
All right, then we'll do the
You
first
lucksucker.
attack with the 45. Same dice rolls. 1 and 3 is not going to do it. Do you want to
Personal Benny.
spending a personal Benny to roll those again? 4 is
Four
just
probably
enough
gonna
for a
hit.
basic success.
Was
It
that
will
the
hit.
one with -2 though?
Nope, we got one more after that.
Okay, well then yes, that basic
All right.
hit will hit.
One basic hit, and then one more of those with the -2 attached to it. That one won't hit.
And I will use a personal Benny.
Okay, rolling it again. Personal Benny spent
10!
What?
18.
16,
That one
all right.
also hits with a raise.
Dang.
So what is the damage for that shotgun traditionally?
So it's 1 to 3 d6.
That depends on how far away they happen to
You
be.
can assume to be in short range with everybody, I would assume.
In this hallway, you're going to be in short range, so that
Wow.
means it's the 3d6. But because you got a raise, that
It's
makes it
4d6.
4d6. So if I can get 4d6 rolled for the first one of those shotgun blast hits. 9. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I have 9 Gem the Works in the store. I'm going to spend
Your
one and make
mama.
a soak roll to try and not take damage from that shot.
Your
'Cause
mama.
It's just enough to be annoying for that particular character. So if I can get a d6 rolled to try and soak some of
You're
that.
just enough to be annoying.
6 is going to ace. Thank you. And yeah, that's that shot isn't going to hurt anyone at all. I could get one more of those 46 shots for the second shotgun blast there. Oh yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to repeat the same thing, and I'm going to soak that one too with another d6. One more Jam the Works spent. Ooh, not good enough. Let me spend one more Jam the Works to re-roll that. 4 is going to be enough to soak one wound. He's going to live through that.
Cool.
Thank you, thank you. Now the pistol, we're going to go on to its. What's the listed damage for it?
2d6 plus 1.
All right, if we can do 2d6 plus 1 for the first pistol shot without the raise. You know what? I'm gonna let that one go through because I don't want to try and soak that. That's too much. That's going to be enough to take down one of the 3 shooters. Now the last ones with the raise, you get to add an extra d6. That becomes 3d6 plus 1. Let's hope you roll as poorly as you did with the shotguns. Ooh. You know, I got 6 Jam the Works. What the hell? I'm going to try once to try and soak that one. Nope, not good enough. I'm going to keep my other 5 Jam the Works. I'm not going to spend any more. That brings it down to 1 shooter in the hallway. As we get to the bottom of our initiative count, which is the boss, Sammy the Bull. One of them still standing there, and it happens to be the one that missed you.
Really?
Who Harold is shouting insults at, and he can't seem to focus his attention at the moment.
All right. Fantastic. So, fortunately, I do have my pistol.
You do.
And fortunately, I'm a pretty decent shot.
You are a pretty decent shot. Wouldn't be the first time you've used a pistol on somebody.
No. Oh, no. Oh,
Definitely won't be the last. I mean,
no.
let's be honest.
Unless you die here.
No.
Then it will.
So, I'm going to shoot him.
All right, what do you got for shooting?
8.
All right, if I get a D8 and a D6, as Sammy takes a shot at his aggressor. A 4 is good enough for a hit. That will do it.
All right.
What's the listed damage for that?
Damage is 2d. Well, rank. Okay. Well, yeah. 2d6 plus 1.
All right, if I can get 2d6 plus 1 rolled for damage. You know, I think I'm going to try and soak that one.
No.
So go ahead and spend one of those Jam the Works to give me a D6 roll.
No, don't do that.
Do it.
Oh yeah, that's going to soak it. He's going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to shoot him again.
Too late. You only declared 1 action. Otherwise, you would have taken a penalty to that one and missed.
Oh, yeah?
It's a new round of cards.
Your mom declared 1 action.
Let's see what happens.
No.
No? Okay. Let's see what I can do about that.
That's better. Thank you.
Wait, why did that happen?
Quick,
because-
Jams.
Jonamox has quick and can't have a card lower than can't have a card of 5 or lower. Anything that's 5 or lower has to get a new card. I believe that Vector Reigns might also have that ability.
Yes, he does.
But a 6 is just good enough.
Just good
it's
enough.
about the worst card that you can possibly get.
Yep.
Okay,
But it does mean that you're going to start us off again, Pete.
who's still up?
One is still up in the hallway that you've seen right there, and then on the other side, the stairwell doors, you can hear footsteps, people tromping up the stairwell, and the elevator that's next to one is there's 2 elevators that come to this floor. One of them, you can see the numbers rising up towards this floor, and you just got a bad feeling that just screams ambush.
Yeah, I do.
A whole floor full of dogs, and nobody heard or smelled anything.
All right. I look over at Harold. All right, I get up and take a shot, and then I say something to Harold.
All
I take
right.
my shot first. Can I speak as a free action?
Absolutely. Speaking is a completely free action.
All right, and since I can speak as a free action, I am also going to bolster my shooting skill. Since I have a revolver, I can do that. And
I'm pulling one of Jonah Mox's skills out.
yep, I'm going to do that and boost my shooting skill, and then headshot the one guy who's left with my 357.
A called shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well done. Okay, well, boosting it because you're using the Jonah Mox skill doesn't count as a multi-action, but it is going to require the proper roll for it, which I believe is a spellcasting roll in this case. It might be a focus roll.
It's a D8.
Okay, a D8. A D8 and a D6 to see if you can boost that shooting. A 5 is enough to boost it 1 step, so your shooting will count as 1 step higher.
Cool, I'll take it, and I will take that shot.
And so that makes your shooting into what if it's boosted a step?
A D12.
Still a -1 for being in the middle, and then calling a shot to the head puts an extra penalty on that.
Right. 2 more, right?
Yep, you're going to be at -3 as you take that shot. So I'm going to D12 and a D6 with a penalty of 3 to the roll.
I'll be spending a Benny.
Store or personal?
Store.
Store Benny spent to re-roll that.
Great, now personal.
Personal Benny spent to re-roll that. 6 aces. Aces again. Oh yeah, that not only hits, that hits with a raise. So what is the listed damage for that?
2d6 plus 1, because it's just a...
All right,
pistol,
so...
right? I'm double checking here.
Yep, it's on the, on your Pete sheet.
Oh, look, the peach sheet.
The Pete sheet. But
Yep,
not to be
2d6
confused.
2d6 plus 1.
Well, it's an extra D6 for the raise, and an extra D6 for calling the shot to the head makes it a 4d6 plus 1 shot.
He survives this.
Oof. That is quite the shot. I've only got 4 jam the works left. I'm not spending 1 to try and beat that
Yeah,
one.
good luck,
You
Sophie,
shoot him
16.
clean in the head and drop him. But you can hear those footsteps coming.
Second action. Stop the elevators. Paul, stop the elevators.
Who are you talking about? And I spend a Benny once my turn.
Well, you can spend the Benny to move at any time. So
Oh, yeah?
let's start. You're spending a Benny?
I hear Paul. Paul comes forward. I spend a
Okay,
Benny.
so moving halfway.
Yep.
Oh, you can spend a
Halfway
Benny move anytime?
to move on the slider at any time, including in the middle of a turn while doing actions if
Good
you were
to
going to do
know.
it.
Oh.
Which is, for some people, it can be really creative if you want to have enough bennies and bounce back and forth for different die rolls.
Who's Paul? Yes. Oh,
It
yes.
shot 6 spades was going to be next because, spades before hearts or diamonds.
Oh. I thought you were going to say spades before beauty.
That too. So Vector, what do you got with that 6 of spades?
So I hear people coming.
Footsteps tromping up from the stairs. The elevator's coming up.
I'm gonna reload my shotgun,
That is an action.
taking that action, and then I'm gonna go bar the door to the stairs.
Nice. That'll keep him out for a minute.
Yeah.
Gonna try and block the door to the stairs? How are you gonna try and block it?
Depending on if it's innie or an outie, and if it's a bar or a handle, I'm just gonna shove something in there. There's another shotgun that guy had.
There's a shotgun on the
So I
ground.
can put that shotgun in.
Mhm.
Or I can
Grab a chair, do the New York lock.
Yeah, grab a chair. I'm gonna grab some of these waiting chairs.
All right, I'm going to have you make a
around.
repair roll for that. Do you
Ooh,
have the
that'll be
repair
good.
roll on either of those character sheets?
Sam's got some repair. Let's see.
You are in the middle, so you can access both.
Sam's got some repair.
You're going to be at a -1 because you're in the middle. What do you got for repair?
Got a D6.
All right, a D6 and a D6. A -1 for being in the middle.
Come on.
5 -1 is 4, which is enough for a basic success.
Yep.
Gonna mark that down.
Well
You
done.
think you might have gotten the door block at least short term? You know, you don't know how
They
long
can't
it's
open
gonna
it
last.
easy.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy, and I've got a shotgun loaded at the door, so.
And then it's gonna be hearts before diamonds on that other 6, because reverse alphabetical order.
Okay.
Do it, dog.
So I'm gonna use my hawk-like vision to look through the door, peering into
X-ray
the
hawk vision.
doors to the elevator closed. You know,
Yeah.
it's rising up. I'm gonna see if I can, or can I see the interior of the shaft from where I am, or are they sheer, just like blank, covered? Or is it an opaque kind of situation, or can I see inside?
You won't be able to see the shaft itself because the doors are closed, you know,
Okay.
until the elevator car gets up to that particular floor. But as all, you can see that this is a extraordinarily simplistic.
It's quite simplistic.
System.
I know how these things work. I'm familiar with elevators from this time period. So I'm gonna walk up to the door, take my gun, and like plant it flush against the wall in just the right spot, and like pump off a few rounds to disable the elevator.
Going for a full disable. I'm going to, instead of you using a shooting roll, that's going to be a repair roll to target the right areas and pull that off. And you can use, of course, either sheet because you're now in the middle, but you're going to be at a -1 because you're in the middle.
Yeah, I'll use Paul's sheet for that. That's a 10 + 2.
So with a -1,
Yeah.
it's a 10
10
plus
plus
1.
one.
So a
Yeah.
D10 and a
Yeah.
D6, adding 1 to the result.
Yeah.
An 8 is a success with a
All
raise.
right.
You not only stop it, but you stop it 2 4s down.
All right, cool.
I love that band. 2 floors down.
They might be able to get
Yeah,
off of that
that's all
elevator,
red-
but they're
red
going to
stuff.
have to come up 2 more
Kryptonite.
flights of stairs at the least.
Okay.
Especially as you know, the elevator that you came out of, the doors aren't closing properly because of those shotgun pellets, so it's not going anywhere either.
Mm.
It does, however, mean that the only way in and out of this floor currently functioning is that set of stairs.
It's a damn shame.
Well, we got the high ground.
Damn shame.
And Diamonds is going to be last, which is them, and several of them are going to reach the top of those stairs, and finding the door barred, they're going to try and force their way in. They can get you to roll 2 6-sided dice as they attempt to force the door open. Oh, success with a raise. Not quite a raise, just a success. So they are going to be able to force that door open, but it's going to be the entire action of the 2 individuals at the front to bash that door several times with the buttstocks of their rifles before they're able to break it open.
Butt stock.
And you, as we get to your turn being last, Sam, you can see there's at least 2 guys right there in the doorway who have bashed their way in. You don't know how many more might be in the stairs, but there's 2 framed perfectly as they just busted that door open.
Blast him!
One of them is holding a pump shotgun, and the other has a Tommy gun.
Oh.
Oh man,
Oh.
those could be rough.
Not like a Tommy the Tank Engine gun either, huh?
No.
All right.
But not with the stupid drum magazines that you see in the movie, because those jam like crazy.
Right,
It's
right.
just
Stick
mag.
magazine, 45 ACP. It gets the job done.
So there are
Nerd.
Whatever.
so these guys we're talking about, these guys, they coming through up the stairs or they come
Yeah.
out the elevator?
The stairs, the elevator seems to not be functioning for the moment.
Okay, right.
Paul slowed that down, but the stairs are in fact, they seem to be the only viable way in right now. And those 2 guys just busted that door open that Scruffy just barred. It was able to hold them long enough that it took everything they had to get in.
All right. So I am going to spend a Benny, slide to the left, and slide to the right.
Halfway, so everybody's at the halfway point.
Yes.
Okay.
Get in the middle. So now that I am in the middle, I'm going to do 2 shots right at them.
So you're shooting them?
I'm going to shoot
Okay.
them. Yeah.
All right.
2 at them. Now, what's my range from them at this point?
Oh, it's close range. It's only a few meters.
So does it really make a headshot that much harder?
Well, you know, you are aiming at a smaller target, so it's still a little bit harder.
Just saying, don't forget the real task. And really, you should consider not killing everyone around you lest you kill your real target. Also, chaos because let's make it all more, air quotes, fun hashtag system shock.
Yeah, why not? Like,
Thank you. I love system shocks. So 2 shots. Do you want to aim for the head or not?
How much of a negative does that put me at? Because I have
Well-
1 negative because I'm in the middle rather than all the way.
Yep. And taking 2 actions is a negative of 2, and if you're shooting at the head, that's going to be 2 more. You're going to be at -5 if you make headshots. -3 if you don't.
Not gonna do that.
All right. So 2 shots at -3.
2 shots at -3. Yes,
Oof.
because
Woof, woof.
I have my shooting. I'm in the middle, so I can use my John Stone stats. My shooting is 12 plus 2.
Oh, so it's only going to be 12 minus 1 for both shots. That's great shooting.
mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Do it.
All right. If I get a 12 and a 6 rolled for the first shot. Ooh, with the -1, that's not going to do it. Do you want to spend a
I'm
Benny?
gonna spend another Benny.
Personal Benny or store Benny?
Jeez, how many bennies I got here? It's been a personal Benny.
All right, spending a personal Benny. We rolled that 2 and 5 with the -1 becomes a 4. That's going to hit for the first shot with no raise.
Okay.
Second shot. Again, the same dice, -1. 1 more hit. Listed damage of 2d6 plus 1. Can I get that rolled for both shots? First one. It's going to be a 7. And then a 6, you know? I'm going to go ahead and...
Just 7
No,
and
you're not.
7.
7 and a 7. Oh, yeah, you're right. 7
I
and
think you
7.
can soak both of those if you really
I am.
tried.
So I'm going to use, 2 of my Jam the Works and roll a d6 on both of those independently to soak those.
Nope.
Yay!
Second
Ouch.
one?
Yeah.
No. She must have thought I was rolling.
Yeah,
Did you
I mean,
think I
that's
was rolling?
two ones on a 6.
Yeah, that wasn't John Amox rolling. That was me.
Ah,
That was me. Thanks. But yeah, you gunned down both of those individuals who, for some miracle, get killed right there in the doorway.
Even though they were much tougher
Good job,
people
boss.
in his head.
Yeah, they should have been much tougher people.
I want to point out that there is no DP or director.
And we're in one
Yeah, no audience there. So.
new round.
We would be in a new round. That is correct. And I'm going to go ahead and discard and deal out cards. Oh, once again, you can't have that card, can you?
No.
These guys.
Same Z's.
And you can't have that card
We
either.
don't want those cards. We want other cards.
I want a Joker.
Better
Yeah,
cards.
roll.
Give him a Joker.
Oh,
It's a J. It's
Oh,
good.
I
It's a
thought
J.
it J.
That's it.
But now that those two have collapsed out of the doorway, you can see that there's at least 3 more people in that hall or in that stairwell.
Plus another
making their way
group
up.
of them coming up the stairs, probably right behind them.
More than likely, it is bad. In addition to that, oh, well, thank you.
We
The-
love those.
I
I'm
don't
exceedingly
know.
disappointed in you, James. And Leo, is it time for Cleo? Hash Benny.
That was a
Thank
nice-
you, Bennies.
That was a nicer chat.
Yeah, I like that so much more.
Yeah.
It was pleasant.
They're not all snooty.
That one was kind of nice.
I like that
Yeah,
one because he was disappointed in James. I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, there are 3 there in that stairwell. Probably more coming up with, Harold/Paul having stopped the elevator. In addition, the phone at the receptionist desk begins to ring. And we're at a new round. You're starting us off, Vector/Scruffy.
How hard is it to move the body?
Depends on how heavy they are and how strong you are.
Your strength is 6. You're strong.
Decently strong.
Normal guy. Normal guy strong.
Yeah, I'll throw a
Average
body
guy's
down the
from-
stairs.
Normal.
I'm gonna try to throw one of those dead bodies down the stairs.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need an athletics roll for me to pull that off.
That's okay.
And now I got one question before you do it. Are you like throwing it down the stairs, like over the railing at the people coming up lower floors, or trying to throw it at the people that are right here at the doorway trying to come in?
Is there more people at the doorway? I thought
Yeah,
they
there's
were dead.
3 more coming up right behind those
them at the
2.
doorway.
Oh,
You
they're
might wanna-
right
they're
behind them. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I thought they were like a flight down. So okay,
There's
never mind.
probably people a flight or more down, but you wouldn't know until you got in there with the body and try and throw
that's
it.
not worth it. I've got a
Okay.
shotgun. In fact, pick up there shotgun. I have 2 shotguns.
But one is, the full size.
Yeah.
It's not a pistol.
No, that's okay.
But it does hold more than 2.
And that's what I wanted after I unload at these 3 guys again. So I'm going to do the same thing, which is the double-barreled shotgun, the sawed-off and the Colt down at these 3 guys, and then I'll pick up the shotgun and just drop my sawed-off. It's not worth reloading it.
So are we doing 2 shots
Yeah.
with each of them
Boom,
again?
boom,
So,
boom, boom.
okay, doing that same concept we were doing before.
Same.
So if we can get, what's your shooting again?
Shooting is a D10.
All right, and we had it worked out before being straight rolls, so we have a D10 and a D6 with the first shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh man, first shotgun is once again a hit with a raise.
Yeah.
Second shotgun shot, same die roll.
This is all I got.
That's not gonna cut it. And I think you're out of personal
I'm
bennies.
out of personal bennies. How much is in the store?
There are 2 store bennies.
No, I'm not going to use it. It's just going to miss.
Okay. All right, that one's gonna miss. We're gonna give a regular 10 and 6 again for the pistol shot, the first one with no penalty. That's also gonna hit with a raise. One hit with the raise with each weapon, and then one of those at a -2.
Yes.
Come on, Leo.
No, that is
No.
not gonna hit.
That's fine. That's
But we're gonna have 4d6 from the
Yeah,
shotgun
that's-
blast with the raise. And I am not even gonna try and soak that one as his body topples over the railing and falls several flights of stairs down, landing in a bloody mess at the bottom. And then the next one is gonna be 3d6 plus 1. Ooh,
Nice.
that one.
And you might be able to soak
I'm
it
gonna
up.
spend a penny of one of my own, my Jam the Works, and roll a d6 and try and not take that. Give me a 4, baby. Give me a 4.
No!
Another one down.
And with that, drop the guns,
Grab the
grab
shot.
the shotgun, and just curl around the corner.
All right. That I believe takes us to Pete next. The phone is still ringing at the receptionist desk right next to you.
Well, how many actions does it cost to answer the phone?
Depends on what you're doing. Most of your
I'm
actions
saying,
none.
hello?
No, not gonna cost an action.
Great. Door's still technically open.
Yes.
Bodies just went over the railing,
Yes.
but there's still a guy coming up.
There's still one guy.
He's not my problem. Those guys that I know are coming below him are my problem, and they're probably checking those bodies right about now.
Oh, one of them probably just fell past them.
I'm using my scrounger ability.
Okay.
I now have a grenade.
We don't know where it came from.
We don't know where it came from. Just standard hospital grenade. And I just toss it over that railing.
All right.
Same
Well,
way,
the
same way the
an
bodies
important
went.
part that happens.
As I pick up the phone. Hello?
You can hear gunshots on the other end of the phone line. They're all over the place. You gotta get the dawn out of the building.
Yeah, no shit.
And I need an athletics roll for that grenade toss.
I will be using Jonah Mox's athletic skill.
Okay, which is what?
Also, does anybody have to make willpower rolls not to chase it?
Oh no! Oh no!
We'll cover that.
All right. I'm just worried because we are dogs. I know I'm throwing it, so I'm safe. D10, please.
All right, a D10, D6, -1 because you're in the middle.
No, I'm going to spend my last penny and go all the way over.
Well,
Wow.
All right.
No, I'm not. Never mind. There's no reason. You'd already rolled it. That never happened. Never happened.
13 or 10. We're gonna go with 13 as a success with 2 raises.
Sorry.
Even not being able to see precisely where these people are through that doorway, he throws it, and it begins to fall down the stairwell, stopping, bouncing off of a wall, and then bouncing back to the other wall in the stairwell right as they are coming around onto that landing, and it detonates. If I can get 3 6-sided dice rolled for damage.
That's with raises?
Oh, yeah, and go ahead and add 1 more 6 to that total. That's a raise, sorry. Much better. That's going to be 15 damage as bodies are shredded from the shrapnel from this grenade, blown to pieces. There's still the one guy at the top of the stairs. He wasn't near that grenade blast. But all those guys that had to climb out of the elevator, all those guys that had to climb out of the elevator that Paul sabotaged, they didn't make it very far.
It's a shame.
Well, actually, they kind of did make it very far. Just
They're very spread out compared to where they were.
they're all over the place. Could say it got a little rough for them. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where are we at on those cards? Ooh, 9 of clubs. Paul, Harold, you're up. There seems to be only one immediate threat.
One immediate threat.
Everyone else seems to be down.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna
Do the thing?
Yeah.
You're gonna do the
I'm
thing?
gonna do a thing. It's a little uncharacteristic of me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a fire extinguisher, some loose gunpowder, various bodily fluids on the floor. I'm gonna combine all the various chemicals I can find on hand very quickly to turn that fire extinguisher into a slippery gun.
A slippery gun?
Yeah, it shoots slippery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slick shoes.
Slick shoes. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a repair roll from you, I think, to
Alright.
pull that off.
10 plus 2. In the middle. So
And are you going to be using it also?
I am going to be using it.
All right, so it's going to be a -2 penalty to this for the multi-action. So I'm going to get a D10 and a D6. Still going to succeed even with your penalties because of all of your bonuses. Just good enough. You slap this thing together and tell me how it's used.
I'm gonna. I'm not trying to kill this person, you know, tempered by Paul. But I'm gonna be spraying it at his feet and kind of down the stairs in case there's anyone else coming up that way. You know?
No, Paul's not going to kill him, you see. But the gravity is probably going to hurt him pretty bad.
Yep. It's still, however, because you know you're using it like a ranged weapon, I'm gonna need a shooting roll from you to pull that off.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, Harold's got a 4 in shooting.
It's giving it
so,
an area of effect,
yeah.
kind of like a shotgun does. So I'm gonna give you a +2 bonus because you're not having to actually hit a specific area. You're hitting an area of the ground instead.
Yeah.
So you get a D4,
He can hit the
that's
ground.
something.
So let's get a D4. So I'll take a D4 and a D6. And a 4 is enough for a basic success. So the ground gets suddenly slippery, and because combat is fluid and all these things are taking place at once, he has to make that agility test right now, or he ends up slipping and falling. So if I get a D6 roll for this fellow's agility test.
It'll be fine.
Just like his friends. Just like.
Jeebus! Come on now.
What?
Oh man, this guy is a straight up ninja.
He's an
That's like
acrobat.
a full cartwheel, backflip, spin, twisty thingy through the air, landing on his feet
Whoa.
perfectly.
Spin twitty thingy?
Yes.
No, sir. There's no thing in the spin twitty thingy.
It's unbelievable. And with the 8, that means he goes next. So immediately after landing this incredible acrobatic move, he turns and shoots at Victor Reigns
Cool.
/ Scruffy. And this guy is also wielding a pump shotgun. So he gets a +2 bonus to that shooting roll. Can I get a D8 +2? That's going to be a 3.
Nope.
That misses somehow at point blank range with a shotgun.
Nope.
Victor Reigns.
Because
He misses you.
His gun is slippery. You got some slippage on there.
Yeah, you got some slippery.
You
What
know.
happens? You didn't know his real name was John Mock, so that poor dog.
That poor dog. Never name your dog John.
Sammy,
Yeah.
you're last. Take us home.
There's only one dude left.
Yeah, at the moment.
By this time I've lost it. I'm just freaking in a rage, and so I'm done with guns. I just fly and lunge at this guy.
You gonna beat him to death with his own shoe?
Teeth bared, because it's just, you know, we're all crazed now, and they're coming after my dad.
Yeah.
So
And you do got that temper. All right, that's going to be a fighting roll.
Indeed, it is going to be a fighting roll.
So what do you got for fighting?
12 plus 2. Thank you, Mr. Johnstone. I salute you.
D12 and a D6.
An 11 will do it.
11 will definitely do it. Now, John Stone has martial artist and martial warrior, doesn't he?
Yeah.
God, this
So while you're using Sammy's strength die, you get to add that extra D8 from martial artist and martial warrior. So what's Sammy the Bull's strength?
That was the
Sammy's
first.
strength is 8.
So we have a D8, a D8, and a D6 for unarmed damage.
That was the first time I saw Sammy punch a guy's head literally off.
Yeah,
What? A 1 and a 3?
I've only got one jam to work, so I'm not spending it. I'm keeping that for somebody that needs it.
Spend it. Yeah.
And so you deck this guy, tackling to the ground, punching him over and over again in the face. Blood is spraying everywhere. I'm pretty sure a tooth just flew past you.
You're holding him by his collar, and his legs are just slipping below him. And he's on that slick stuff. So,
Yeah.
and you're just beating him.
You're pretty sure a tooth just flew by you and landed somewhere on the floor. And within a few moments, this dog's face is unrecognizable.
Boss, he's dead already! Boss!
Hey,
Nobody tried to kill my dad.
Sammy,
What?
place is surrounded. We got to get your pops out of here.
And that is where we're going to end this episode of The Reliables. Who knows, will they make it out? Will Sammy's father survive? What the hell's going on with that interview room in Pete? I guess you'll just have to stay tuned next week to find out more information. And The Dogfather Part 2 next week.
This is called the Dogfather?
It's The Dogfather. You didn't get it?
It was a mob thing.
Yeah, it's a mob thing.
Yeah.
But hey, guess
And
what?
just like the real Dogfather, it's also going to be in exactly 2 parts.
Dun dun dun.
That's not right. But hey, you
Should have been.
The Savage
Just like
Worlds
there's only
Gaming.
one Highlander movie.
Yes, there is only one Highlander movie. The Savage Worlds Gaming is not over for this week.
No,
You know
not for
why?
this week, it's
Not
not.
for this week. We've got something coming up, don't we?
Yes.
Don't we have something coming up this Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday we're actually going to be doing a live stream special for Pinnacle because they're doing their yearly event Halloween.
That's right.
Yeah, and
Hello.
we get to play with them last year, but this year they're actually debuting their newest setting, the Holler.
An Appalachian Apocalypse.
Yes, it's a very very cool setting. Think like Ravenloft meets Justified. It's got
Alright.
yeah. It's like a hillbilly land you just can't get out of no matter how hard you try.
With some supernatural elements and then big city boys just keeping everybody down.
Yep, and
City boys.
yep, it's like you're fighting against the man all the time. It's a pretty cool setting, and we get to go and really mess stuff up this week. I'm pretty excited about it.
Got 6 p.m. this Thursday.
6
We're
p.m.
doing
on
a special.
Thursday.
We've
Come
got a
and check us
special
out.
cast for it.
That's going to be on the Zoe channel.
Yep, on the Zoe channel.
And PEG is going to be doing it too, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be getting
sharing it. So you're going to be able to
rebroadcasted.
see this from a
Awesome.
couple of different places. And then, of course, check out the live stream. We've actually we've got a very special cast for it. We've got a big surprise for the show.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
something we have not actually ever done on any of our shows before, and I've always talked about doing. I'm really excited about it.
Kill
So,
somebody?
You're gonna kill somebody?
We might,
No, I have done that on shows.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
More than once.
yeah. This is a completely different thing. Yeah.
Yep, 6
Not murder.
Birth somebody?
And hey, the Halloween event goes on all weekend, Thursday through Sunday. They've
So
got
check it
games
out.
you can jump in and join. They've
You
got
ever,
all kinds of
thought
stuff.
about
going.
Savage Worlds and wanted to maybe give it a try, but really only have our show for reference on what Savage Worlds is? Watch other people play it. A lot of people play it differently than we do, and it's fun to watch. It's
Yeah,
fun to
some
do
of
it.
them actually take it seriously.
Yeah,
Some play without dog ears.
some
How
play without
dare
dog
they.
ears, which is ridiculous.
Who would do
And I
that?
don't mind saying so.
Don't get it.
They're going to be doing a nice little press release about it tomorrow. More people will be hearing about it, but that's your little preview. You know about it first. You heard it first right here, and it's going to be some great fun. Otherwise, we will see you all next week for more of The Reliables. Thank you and good night.
Goodbye.